But look all the people friggin'.
Got somebody inside there too.
There are people in there too? Woman? Woman in there too?
Two man. Yeah, 2 man inside.
Oh God. What is this one, boy? 2 people in there, you know?
2 people in the...
Who's them? Well, this. Watch now. The real whoever is them, they wanted them dead, boy.
So a couple of days back to back, I've received some videos, not from Jamaica, but Trinidad. If Jamaica is number 1, Trinidad is probably number 2 most violent Caribbean West Indian nation and people. It seems as if the violence has escalated, gone up 100 folds, because back to back I've received videos from there with all sorts of DRIVE, you know the rest, all sorts of pie outs, gangsters, po, gangsters versus gangsters. And based on the information that I am getting, this is because of GANG war, of course, over the toll and over the drugs, cocoa mostly. Sometimes weed, however, it could be both. So in this last video that you just heard, again, the same motive, DRUGS, cocoa, and also the toll. In this video, these young men went to some sorts of store. It seems as if they were trailed and was caught slipping, caught off guard. And their vehicle was pretty much riddled with all sorts of tool, you name it, from A to Z. A to the K, M to the 16, 4, 5, 9 millimeter. They were sprayed, they were riddled. No sorts of joke. So what we've realized, it seems as if Jamaica is influencing these places and people. I am not saying that they're following behind Jamaica, follow back at Jamaica with the badness. Because the truth and the fact is that these youths are very serious. Many Jamaicans have left, went over there on some sorts of crime spree, sent back home in some sorts of casket. Bodies can't be found, bodies riddled, just as in this case. As a matter of fact, I am going to tell you a story. Back in the days, in Miami, I had a friend, he was from Trinidad. But I see him have a family member, his cousin just pop up one day. And he might tell me, say, you know, say my cousin is from New York. However, he was not really giving me the details. A couple of days later, him tell me, say, you know, say XYZ, they on the run after run left him yard because him calling up him girlfriend. They had some sorts of argument. And him pretty much gear about 3 or 4 in her face. Now people, he had just met this girl since he came from New York. So I don't know what could have gone wrong. However, him dep on the run. 2 days later, me hear say them find him DEAD, the bad cause me I talk about. When me check from a shout, he must go rob some Colombian, some Spanish people. And them catch him go up on a second one, and they were lay waiting him. Coincidence, him lose him life because of that. Hear from a shout through the news, little birdie, people on the street attack. Them a say, they don't know, say, that little man there have multiple takeaway in a New York. Come on Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale to be specific. Keep up Pierre Buckley since him come in. So people, me just show you. Run from New York. 2 days, couple of days later, after meet a young girl, blaze her up, take her out. Couple days later, him go rob some people, them take him out. So I say this to say that and not to glorify any sorts of badness. But when you're bad, you're bad. And Trinidad is really Trinidad, especially right now, especially with the guns, especially with the drugs. And whenever money is the motive, the wickedness is going to increase. The things that you're going to see is going to get from bad to worse, unless, of course, then put a stoppage to it. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called be very careful who you cross. Be even more careful whenever you mix legitimate business with the badness, with criminality. And this is based on a couple of pictures that I got. When I look at this picture, I thought, hold on a minute, what this man could have done based on the condition that he was in. He was laid out on his back, pretty much. They took off his crown from above his eyes. Don't look like it was done by any sorts of farm utensil. It looked like he got hit a couple of times by some high-powered tool. When I got the information, I was told that this incident occurred in a place called Beershore. It is said that this man is a supervisor at the wharf. Now, people, as far as I am concerned, wharf is a place of legitimate business. But then again, we have to also remember, wharf is a place in which a lot of illegal activity comes in, including the cocoa, including hot tool. And I'm not saying that that is the reason why this man lost his life, because, say in a Jamaica, you can lose your life because you cross somebody an employee. This gruntal employee will warn you and threaten you and tell you, say, listen, if you cause me to lose my job, me I go make sure, say, you don't keep your job, and even worse, you don't lose your life. But people, like I said, I don't have any sorts of details to substantiate what the real motive is. Only thing that I know, life ain't worth ish in a Jamaica. You could be a legitimate employee, businessman. However, when you mix up the badness and the business, or you cross people in a Jamaica, it could get them angry, get them cross, and X you out and cross you out of life. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called the remix. Whenever you are mix up, you will get fix up. Be very careful of the friends that you keep. Be very careful of the lifestyle that you live. The good that you do, it will follow you. The bad that you do, it will come back and haunt you. Sorry for Maga Dog, very importantly. They will come back and they will bite you. So I did a story a couple of days about a mother. Her name is Irene Leng. She lost her life approximately on the 26th of May 2024, which coincidentally would have been 3 years and a couple of days after her son, his name is Delano Mason, lost his life at the hands of somebody that was prominent on the most wanted Wednesday list. That person's name is Romario Grant, also known as Kaka, also known as Irons. So here's a story. Miss Irene Leng, she had her son, like I said, his name is Delano. Delano Mason had went to prison for the takeaway of his landlord on Nelson, that is in the Maxfield area. He had come back out. However, when he was a little youth, he had a good friend. That good friend would be Romario Grant O.C. Kaka. It is said that they were so close, in which Kaka would call Delano Mason's mother, Irene Leng, godmother. So therefore, Kaka, the godson, Irene, the godmother. It is said that they almost were like family, not BLOOD, but just as close. So like I said, the son, Delano, went to prison for take away him landlord in a Nelson Road. He came back out. On or about the 18th of May 2021, it is said that before that, prior to that, Mr. Delano Mason, which is the son of Irene Leng, had threatened that he was going to take away his god brother, which is Romario Grant, which is Kaka. It is said that the mother, the BLOOD mother of Delano Mason, tell him, no, this are your god brother, this are the person who may adopt, this is like family, you can't do that. Go about your business and leave the youth alone. It seems as if the godson, Kaka, knew that this youth was serious after all. He had just been released out of jail for the takeaway of his landlord. So therefore, the god brother, Kaka, is saying to himself he is not going to take any chances. So even though the mother prevented the real son from taking away the godson still came back and take away the real son. That was on the 18th of May 2021. Fast forward, the 26th of May 2024, it is said that Irene Leng was coming from some sorts of graduation when the residents heard all sorts of loud explosion. It is said that the godson, Mr. Kaka Romario Grant, government name, came back and took out the godmother. And this is because, based on information, the godmother was swearing in at the residence that she is going to make sure that she gets justice for her son because she had prevented her son from taking away Kaka, and Kaka still come back and claw the son, take away the son. It is said that since then, Kaka has been prominently on the wanted Wednesday list of the JCF. As a matter of fact, it is said that the day before, or maybe the same day, he heard that the Popo came to Irene's house, which is his godmother, and paid her a visit. So therefore, Kaka, being the snake that he is, not taking any sorts of chances because his godbrother wanted to take him out, he took out the godbrother. So therefore, he was getting information not only in the street that she vowed she was going to get justice for her son. I am speaking about Mrs. Leng. And then he thought, he was suspicious and paranoid. He thought that she was going to the Popo because him here, so the Popo come visit Irene Leng on a regular basis. And the fact that he was always prominent on the Wanted Wednesday, he thought that it was more than coincidental. So like I said, to prevent his godbrother from taking him out, he took out his godbrother. To prevent his godmother from going to court and testifying against him like he heard, like she said, he took her out too. So people like me say, whenever you get mixed up, you will get fixed up. Be very careful of the life and the friends that you choose. Sorry for Marga dog and him turn around and bite you. In this case, it applies appropriately. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if farming communities are now farming the fool. They are into the badness. Gone are the days when you hear about some sorts of tranquil community. It seems as if every place broke out like sore in a Jamaica. And the same can be said for a place that is called Craig's Head, that is in Manchester, where there were a triple SHOOTING. Two of those persons did not make it. Both of these persons are from a place called Big Wood. You can say that they got royally FUCKET. I am speaking about 74-year-old Wilford Mallison, 39-year-old Tanisha, known as Browning. Based on the information, it is said that at about 10 p.m., the residents heard all sorts of loud explosion. When them call the Popo, summons the Popo, they realized all 3 persons were suffering from corn wounds. 2 of them more badder than the rest. All 3 were taken to the hospital. However, the Browning and also Mr. Mallison lost their life. 3rd person was treated. Don't know if he was released. So like I say, in Jamaica, any and everybody can get it. They are all equal opportunity targets. Because when you look at the age of these person, Mr. Mallison, 74-year-old, when you look at the fact that Tanisha, woman, children, women, elderly, usually be the line that you don't cross. However, people will say that these gunmen have erased that line, so therefore they don't give a FUCK who gets it. Now when we talk about a crime of opportunity, you know, say Hurricane Beryl pretty much lit down the whole of the JPS, pulled them, and certain places, Manchester was one of those places where there were not any sorts of lights. So was this a crime of opportunity, or was they already marked for DEATH? The question that I have to ask is this: is this a case if them can't catch Quaco, them catch him shot, and all that are affiliated with it? You know the rules of the streets. If you roll with the enemy, you DIE with the enemy. Is Quaco the person that actually survived out of the 3 persons? Because people, it is more than coincidental. Whenever these people go for the target, it is always the persons that are around them that get the SHITTY end of the stick. Don't know if instinctively these criminal elements know how to avoid losing their life or even getting caught up. Well, in this case, if that is the case, he got caught up. However, 2 other persons lost his life. Don't know the specific, don't have any sort of evidence to substantiate those claims. Me just ask the question. At the end of the day, 3 persons caught up, 2 persons lose their life. Don't know who was the target, intended target. All we know say it is tragic. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Maypen really is not any sorts of playpen. And this is based on a picture that I got with the BODY of a man seen laying on his back. He was clothed in a black t-shirt drenched in BLOOD, green boxers, blue jeans, sagging, rip-up jeans, and some sorts of bank robber clocks. The cut-up jeans we understand, however, people, him throat also get bust. It seems as if somebody surgically removed most of his throat. Don't know if them use some sorts of chisel, some sorts of farm utensil. However, he was looking pretty bad. Moral of the story is this: if you have a family member that left the house in a black t-shirts, green boxers, blue jeans, cut-up jeans, and clocks, with the pants sagging, maybe he might not be alive right now. You want to check the Popo or the closest Popo station in a Manchester, Mandeville, or those adjoining area. Because your family member or your boyfriend might be DEAD. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called whenever you are mixed up, you are going to get fixed up. Karma has 0 expiration dates. It'll go catch you sooner or later, fly high or fly low. Such is the case of 48-year-old Richard Simpson. Rich hard ears, like I've always said, a hard ears make for a soft ASS. He lost his life in a very brutal way in a place called Lloyd's District, that is in Yallas. Yallas is in St. Thomas. Saturday morning, well actually Saturday after midnight. Friday going into Saturday midnight. He was found in some sort of river, fling down upon him back. And people, it seems as if he got a couple of proper clothings from some sorts of farm utensil, meaning machete, all across his face. Let's call it that he does not look the same how he look before the night in which he left this party. It seems as if he was trailed home and the people sent him home. Based on the information, it is said that this youth is mixed up in every sense of the word. Him getting all sorts of altercation with Popo, run him down on several occasions because of toll, because of all sorts of badness. He was well known in the era for the badness. However, people, it seems as if Mr. Simpson won't be participating in any sorts of badness anymore because he got his badness certificate revoked. It seems as if some people had some problems with him. He had problems with the Popo, problems with the opposition. It was a cat and mouse game to see who was going to get him first. Obviously, it was the opposition. Point blank and period. So the moral of the story is this. Whenever you get entangled in a dirty bungle, it is going to mix you up. It is going to fix you up. The good that you do always follows you. The bad that you do, it always comes back and haunts you. Sooner or later, it is called karma. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.